Imagine waiting your entire life for an answer, only to receive it 50 years too late. Grace Williams was 78 years old when an unexpected visitor arrived at her door. A postman stood outside holding a faded yellow envelope. "Mrs. Grace Williams?" he asked. "Yes, that's me," Grace replied. The postman handed her the letter and explained that it had been discovered in an abandoned post office storage room. Somehow it had been lost for decades. Grace thanked him and looked down at the envelope. The moment she saw the handwriting, her heart nearly stopped. It was from Samuel. 50 years earlier, Samuel had been the love of her life. They had dreamed of getting married and spending the rest of their lives together. But before that could happen, Samuel traveled abroad for work. At first, Grace waited patiently for his letters. Then weeks turned into months. Months turned into years, and no message ever arrived. Eventually, Grace believed Samuel had forgotten her. Heartbroken and disappointed, she moved on with her life. She got married, raised a family, and buried the memories deep in her heart. But now, after 50 years, the letter was finally in her hands. With trembling fingers, she carefully opened the envelope. Inside was a message that changed everything. "My dearest Grace, I am writing with joy in my heart. My work here is finally complete, and I will return home next month. The first thing I plan to do is ask your parents for permission to marry you. Please wait for me. No matter the distance, my love for you has never changed. Yours forever, Samuel." As Grace read the words, tears streamed down her face. For half a century, she had believed Samuel abandoned her, but the truth was the exact opposite. He had loved her all along. The letter that could have changed her life had simply never arrived. A few days later, Grace visited the local cemetery. She walked slowly through the rows of graves until she stopped in front of a weathered headstone. Samuel's name was carved into the stone. After returning home all those years ago, Samuel had discovered that Grace was already married. He never married anyone else. Years later, he passed away carrying the same love in his heart. Grace knelt beside his grave and placed the letter gently on the ground. "We were both waiting," she whispered, "but fate had other plans." As the sun began to set, a peaceful smile appeared on her face. The letter had arrived 50 years too late to change the past, but it arrived just in time to heal a wound that had lasted a lifetime, and sometimes that is enough. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more touching and inspiring stories.